Listen in as Nikki Fried explains why it's important for the Jewish community and the African American community to work together to stop racism and anti-Semitism. You can hear this and more on the latest episode of Smokescreen Podcast featuring Nikki Fried.
One thing I like and I respect that you did, because I love Martin Luther King, and one thing I noticed that Dr. King, towards the end of his life, he tried to make sure the Jewish and the Black community came together. How important is that for the Jewish and the Black community to come together and stop? We see anti-Semitism stuff going around, and then they're removing Black books out of Black authors out of the libraries. How important is it for us to come together, no matter what confusion we might have in between? Let's come together and let's fight what's going on in this state.
Essential. Absolutely imperative. I mean, look, we marched with Dr. King. We helped start NAACP. We've been in the trenches together. Look at what happened in Georgia. You have, a U.S. senator who's Black and a U.S. senator who's Jewish, and you saw in the 2020 election how they came together and they campaigned together. During BLM, I called really right after George Floyd was murdered. I called every single member of the Black caucus, and I said, look, I can never walk in your shoes, but please know that I'm here to be in the trenches and fighting with you. And I even had a lot of, podcasts during that time period in a lot of the temples, including I spoke back at my temple during the pandemic, during all of this. And I said to the Jewish community, I said, we've got to step up again. I said, the Black community is under attack. I said, we have always been in the trenches with them. Don't shy away from it now. And so I have been a huge proponent of that. And I've said that the Jewish community and Black community have always been aligned, and it will always be my mission to make sure that those coalitions stay united, because you're absolutely right. The rise of racism and anti-Semitism is happening. It is happening in our state. It is happening in our country. And if we don't unite together to fight that hatred, because it's hatred on both sides, that we've got to fight that together. I don't mean both sides like Democrat, Republican, like both sides of like the Jewish and Black, that we have to come together, and we are so much stronger when we are united.